Hi guys, and welcome back to the Quick Slant on Green Bay Packer Nation and greenbaypackerNation.com. Today, I'm doing predictions for the Packers versus the Lions, so stick around. I don't know about you guys, but predictions are always difficult for me, but even more so in a game like this where both the Packers and the Lions are out of the playoffs. They just have, they seemingly have nothing to play for except for that competitive edge that always wants to play for the win. So it's hard to predict the outcome of a game like that, but we're going to kind of talk about some of the things that will probably factor into this game and more importantly into the outcome of this game. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to look at the injury reports for these two teams, but again, the Packers are just absolutely devastated by injury. The Lions only have one player that's actually out of the game, one player that's questionable, so they're pretty much going to be at full strength, and they're on their home field, so that's going to make things even more difficult for the Pack. The Packers have 6 players, pretty high-profile players that have been named on the out. God damn it! The Packers, on the other hand, have 6 players who are already listed as out of this game. So, and they're pretty high-profile players as well. Devontae Adams is out. Javari Evans out. Aaron Jones out. Jordy Nelson out. Nick Perry is out. And Richard Rodgers is out. Now, I'm pretty sure we can do without Richard Rodgers. I think Lance Kendricks will do fine filling that role. He'll of course, get more reps. I think we can get by without Evans. The real critical factors I think that are going to play into this game is on offense, having both Jordy and Devontae out of this game. That makes our wide receiving core seriously depleted to begin with. You add to that the fact that Geronimo Allison hasn't been practicing because he's been ill. Even if he can go on Sunday, whether he'll be full strength or not is a question mark. So that makes our receiving core quite depleted. And with Nick Perry out, not getting that pressure on Matt Stafford, it's going to make it difficult on our defense. The other 2 questionables that I think will factor into this game is Clay Matthews is questionable with a hamstring issue, and Demarius Randall is questionable with a knee injury, or I don't know about an injury, but something's wrong with his knee. And with those guys, even if they can go, with Clay having a hamstring issue, can he get the pressure on Stafford that we need to get on Matthew Stafford in order to make him make those mistakes? I don't know if we can do that. And with Demarius Randall's knee injury, I'm not sure that he can be effective in pass coverage. So it's going to be, those are kind of the things I'm going to be watching for as far as injuries go. Now, honestly, Detroit is coming off a really poor showing against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not an outstanding team by any means. They're not an atrocious team, I don't think. I think they have some talent. So it's not that surprising to me that the Lions struggled, but the Lions really should have handled Cincinnati quite well, and they just didn't. And it was at Cincinnati, so that kind of probably factored into it. But the Lions were only 40% on third down, and they gave up 364 yards to the Bengals offense, and 142 of that was rushing. And that, I think, we'll get to in a bit as one of the things that might potentially be a glimmer of hope for the Packers to pull out a win in this game. Matt Stafford and company only gained 267 total yards against Cincinnati, so it's not completely out of the question that the Packers could win this game, but kind of questionable. So let's talk about what the Packers will probably have to do to pull off a victory against the Lions at Ford Field. The Packers' offense is number 4 in rush average in the league with 4.5 yards per carry. And that, I think, is going to be the key. Aaron Jones is out of this game, but Williams has been doing much better since back in the first Bears game, or even before that. Williams just didn't seem to generate any yardage, but he's looked much better in recent years, and I think part of that is because the offensive line has started to gel a little bit, gotten a little bit of consistency, and is starting to open holes for him. So I think that's probably the key right there, is if Williams can get going, and then on the flip side with Hundley, I don't expect him to light it up passing, especially with Adams and Jordy Nelson on the sidelines. But if he can use his legs to extend drives, we might actually win this game. That, I think, is where our real hope is, because Detroit's defense is only 19th in the league in rushing average. So I'm hoping that we can get Williams going. Hundley can make some plays with his feet, and that will keep drives moving down the field. The reality of the situation, though, is that Detroit's offense is 8th in the league in scoring, and the Packers' defense is 21st in the league in scoring. So the reality is that Detroit's offense should pretty much handle our defense and will probably maintain time of possession, which will make it difficult for us to even generate any yards, much less put points on the board. I really don't expect the Packers to win this game, and it's hard to say that, of course, being a Packer fan, but I think that Detroit's probably going to put up their average of 25 points. So I'm picking Detroit to put up 24 points in this game, and I'm expecting that if the Packers can get their run game going, we probably will put up 17 points. So I'm picking a Packer loss, 24-17. The Lions win this game. So let me know. If you're new here, we'd love to have you subscribe, and definitely hit that bell notification so you get notified when we post new videos. And don't forget that just because the Packers season is over tomorrow doesn't mean we're done talking about the Packers. So we're going to continue coming at you with videos all through the offseason, gearing up for the draft and gearing up for 2018.